Hello, my name is Amanda Batista. I am a student for the Creative Writing for Entertainment program. I am recording this podcast at my home in Grovetown, Georgia. Today's date is February 20th, 2012. And for this podcast assignment, I interviewed a Mr. Jonathan Eason who teaches visual storytelling and thinking at Full Sail University. For my first question, I asked, what do you see as the role of the visual arts in our mass-mediated world, and particularly in your profession? His response was, media arts continue to become further integrated into our daily lives. There is no reason to suspect that this trend will end anytime soon. Smartphones are becoming ubiquitous, and once static advertising space is being digitized. It is becoming increasingly difficult to go anywhere without being bombarded by the visual arts through advertisements, and this same technology is enabling the media from everywhere to be self-published and available instantly. My next question was, with new communications and media technologies, imagery is almost instantly available. Do you believe that this is having a positive or negative influence on the industry? His response? Like everything, this issue is not black and white. The availability of media is rewarding speed over care, which is bringing down the quality of the media we experience. There is no need to look any farther than the most viewed videos on YouTube for an example of this. On the other hand, this quick dissemination has been a vast democratizing force, as recently evidenced by events in the Middle East. The ability for popular uprisings to control their own messages in imagery through social networks has been a major contributing factor into the success of the Arab Spring. For my third question, I asked, what popular images do you see that are frequently rechanneled throughout the entertainment industry? Mr. Eason replied, probably the most obvious example of this is the portrait of Obama painted by Shepard Fairey in the run-up to the 2008 election. That same image has been repurposed for many different reasons. It is the most recognizable image/artwork surrounding Obama's presidency. Interestingly enough, the image itself was based off an AP image, so even it is not completely original. It is a good representation of how contemporary visual arts are fluid and can be credited to many different artists or sources. Next, I asked, are there particular images that this industry has popularized and/or created? His response, my definition of visual arts contains most traditional arts, as well as photography, graphic design, and filmmaking. This effectively encompasses all popular imagery. For my fifth question, I asked, who is one of your favorite visual artists and/or what is your favorite style of visual art? His response, my background is as a filmmaker. I find Darren Aronofsky's work to be inspiring. For my sixth question, I asked, how has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process? Mr. Eason replied, as a writer and a filmmaker, it has been extremely important for me to understand genre. If I do not understand how my work fits into the existing structure, then it becomes very difficult to market. I was very grateful to Mr. Eason for his responses. I thanked him for his time. That is all for my podcast assignment. Thank you for listening.